Beautiful, isn't it? Welcome to the Red Kingdom Shipworks. It is here we create the galaxy's most feared as well as most revered vessels. But enough talk. You came here to see what we're working on, correct? Allow me to change, and I'll meet you in Work Bay 17. Alright, well that intro was extremely cringe. It just makes me want to hurl myself out of an airlock. Anyway, let's talk about some ship things. Feeling a little lazy today, so this is the outfit I wore. The ship in the back here is another classified, semi-classified, so you get to see it, but that's about it. We will not be talking about that ship today. Well, I digress. Anyway, welcome to the Red Kingdom Shipworks. This is the first video of many where we will discuss possible ship designs for the future. I'm your host, Red King 1337, with Crimson Gaming 1337 and the Red Kingdom Gaming Community. This entire facility is under the surveillance and security of our Star Citizen org, the Red Kingdom's third fleet, the Daystar Vanguard. Alright, today we're going to be talking about an ARGO ship I came up with June 12th, 2023. I put it in Spectrum, but I'm going to turn them into videos and read them, and if I could figure out how to design them in the 3D thing, I would make them into the videos and edit them in there. Other than that, I'll throw on screen the what I'm reading over here, but I'll read to you the title. It's an ARGO Capitalizing Industrial Success, an ARGO capital ship. So, let's get that shit started.
Alright, ARGO, capitalizing industrial success. Alright, so first off, I'm pretty much going to break down the layout of the ship and its attendant roles. When you think of ARGO today, you think of industry. ARGO is known for their small utility equipment and industrial vehicles. They are sitting in a position to really capitalize on profits while pushing companies, orgs, and ordinary citizens to literally carve out a life among the stars. What am I talking about? I'm talking about an ARGO capital ship. The ARGO ICV, Industrial Command Vessel. This capital class ARGO ship is a home away from home for the workers of the Empire. Sent out into the darkness as a support ship, there to enhance the operational capability of any industrial force. The ICV is the respite in the void, a place to rest your head and fill your bellies after a long day in the field. The idea behind this ship is to allow a small to moderate industrial crew to extend their reach in search of profits. The ship will take a full approach to industry, have no missiles, no guns. Instead, it will boast 2 capital class shield generators, additional countermeasures, and the renowned tough, rugged framework that is ARGO. With skin thick enough at the head to break through the likes of ice, small asteroids, and even some ships. But make no mistake, this may also be the centerpiece of a large org's industrial fleet. Let's dig into the details. As mentioned, this is a home away from home, the floating hab, the R&R station you bring with you, featuring 4 decks. Let's start from the top deck and work our way down. Deck 4, the command deck. The roof of the command deck is an extra small landing pad designed to hold an ARGO cargo or other small shuttle type ships. This allows fast access into or out of the ship if needed via an airlock elevator on the starboard side, with the command deck operators having nearly a 360-degree view of all operations in the vicinity of the ship. Apart from the elevator area, navigation makes up the center of the space with a hollow star map. A single operation station sits at the rear of the map. Just ahead of the staircase, this is the nav scanning station. This crew member uses the ICV's enhanced scanners to scour space in search of mineable or salvageable material, etc. They then can relay them to the HUD of individual ships in the fleet. They also plot courses on the star map For the fleet, forward of the star map is 2 additional command stations. The left one is the captain, who operates the ship. The starboard side is the ship's engineer station. This crew member has control of doors, countermeasures, and shields. They also monitor additional information such as the health of the ship and its components. The port side of the space houses a tractor beam station. Aft of the space and directly behind the nav scan station is a set of stairs that head down into Deck 3. The habitation level on Deck 3. Descending the stairs from Deck 4, you arrive in the tail end of the cafeteria. Breathtaking 160-degree views of the space attract your attention from across the mess hall. Moving forward of the ship, you are met with a center island kitchen bar. Several food and drinks stations are dotted around the stainless steel countertops. Flanking the cooking area are tables with attached benches. High-top seating is spaced around some of the windows, with coffee bars at the start and end of the U-shaped window, both port and starboard side. Screens hang above some of the tables and display news or ship status. Returning to the stairs you came from and facing aft now, you see 2 airtight doors flanking either side. Moving past the stairs, you notice additional stairs underneath, heading down to Deck 2. Standing before the airtight door, there is an elevator just past the coffee station that connects Decks 3, 2, 1, and ground. This is mirrored on the opposing side. Passing through either port or starboard side door, you find yourself in the bunk rooms. A common wall splits the bunk rooms. On this wall, on either side, is rooms comprised of toilets, showers, and sinks. No windows appear in this space. The bunks tend to have a resting crew member in it 24/7, with teams hot swapping the bunks. The mirrored space converge in the rear as the center door opens aft to the washroom. Now facing the door to the opposing side bunks, you turn aft, standing with your back to the fire suppression equipment hung on the wall of the washroom. You stare down a hallway. Escape pods line either side, as a door at the end is clearly labeled engine room. Doors on either side open to engineering access spaces on the outboard side of the escape pods, which launch vertically from the ship. Many components can be found in these on either side. Back now at the cafeteria elevators or stairs, we move down to the next deck, Deck 2, Technical Deck. Descending the stairs from Deck 3, you arrive at a section with airlocks spaced on either side of the ship. Clothing change machines dot the free space of this room. It is clear this is the ready room before you enter or exit the ship. Moving aft of the stairs, there is a door directly behind leading to a hallway to the aftmost of the ship. Flanking this hallway are doors to the medical facility. Let's face it, accidents happen, either from glitches or in-game mechanics. Serious injuries or even death could occur. Although this section is relatively small, it should hold 1-tier medical bed per side, each with supply cabinets. Tier 1, since they are the only one that could also heal serious injuries. Since the ship has no offensive capability, the power can be diverted to facilities like these beds. At the end of this hallway is an airtight door leading to the hangar bay. Workers exiting the ICV are reminded that ARGO has them in mind as they pass the medical rooms, either glass walls or ARGO-style walls and windows. Entering the hangar bay, quick access sterile doors can be seen to each medical room. Deck 2 is the widest section of the ship, mostly made up of reinforced ship structure. The hangar section, however, was built to house at least 2 MISC prospectors or 2 Drake vultures with interlocked arms. The back door folds down into an additional landing space in a pinch, while the roof retracts forward to allow a quick exit or a quick entry in the event of an emergency. Back now at the ready room, a door down the center of the ship leading forward heads to the ground vehicle bay. The hallway splits briefly to accommodate Deck 1's apparatus before opening into a workshop area. This area is a crafting area that can craft materials from the ship's cargo. Forward of the crafting bay, another airtight door to a room that is smaller, both in height and width, then the aft hangar bay. The vehicles are able to come and go via a ramp that lowers close to the front of the ship. Taking the elevators down to Deck 1, Operation Deck. You find yourself in the refinery section. Moving aft is the cargo bay with an elevator that lowers to the ground to add/remove cargo. From midship to forward is the refinery operations. Refined material is loaded into conveyor belts in both the hangar or vehicle bay and taken to the refinery section. Additionally, the tractor beam operator from the command deck can remove saddlebags and bring them up into the refinery from the belly of the ICV. Once the material is refined, it is moved into the cargo bay. The outside of the ship now has external containers which house mining and salvaging attachments and equipment for quick access. This removes the need to land and enter the ship. Simply pull alongside as a party member uses the multi-tool to attach what you need. Snap points inside the containers allow you to lock them in place various ways. These containers could be reached from the ground should the ship be landed also, with additional on the top of the bow. In conclusion, this is supposed to be a mobile home for industrial players. With that in mind, this is simply a rough idea, and I hope it draws creativity for a ship that may fit a role someday, at the least. I am aware that there are other ships that do these functions, such as the RSI Galaxy. Sure, this may have some advantages over other ships, but I think of it like this. If Anvil Aerospace made an 890 jump, would it sell? That's a solid yes. In fact, I'll buy 5, so my org can simply dominate in style. Point is, direct competition, fleet design, and fan base all play a role. The core idea here is being able to move assets and people to places smaller crafts can't reach, stay out on longer trips. The finer details such as components and their sizes will all higher grade industrial with multiple backups, but that's to be determined later. Essentially, I see the ship as almost a giant hexagon, with the command deck using the window styles of the Drake Vulture, just elongated, widened out in a hexagon, 360-degree view. Sure, it seems like a ship that could do it all, but when you really look at it, the ship is pretty much defenseless. Sure, it could tank, could take a lot of hits, but really you have no way of warding off pilots. You literally need to rely on other players and other ships in the fleet to protect this ship, and this ship will be the target of every pirate attack. Rodhan summarizes it beautifully. Enhanced long-range sensors to spot mining salvage claims more easily than smaller ships. Capital-grade shields to compensate for lack of armaments. Extensive R&R habitation space. Tier 1 medical bay. Hangar bay large enough for 2 prospectors or 2 vultures, at least. Hangar door folds down to be an external landing pad. Hangar roof can retract for easier landing too, similar to the Crucibles bay. Crafting bay for repair, manufacture of components and tools. Large cargo hold. Vehicle bay plus ramps for rovers, refinery, and external quick swap mounts for containers for ship attachments.
That about does it for this video. I want to thank you for watching. I'm surprised you suffered this long through it. I hope you had it in at least 1.5 times speed. And please, if you liked it, definitely give it a like, follow, subscribe, and comment what you think in the comments below. Do you have any questions? Do you have anything to add for it? If you're good with graphics, could you maybe let's get together and let's mark up a design? I don't know. I think this would be a pretty cool industrial capital ship for the ARGO fleet. And as always, I'm your host, Red King 1337 with the Red Kingdom gaming community. Check us out on Discord. Come on over and join the Red Team today. We boast multiple squads that fit your gameplay style. For Star Citizen, we have the Daystar Vanguard, the Red Kingdom's 3rd fleet. The Daystar Vanguard is an all-around org. The best way to summarize this org is an industrial core surrounded by a militarized security force. We're looking for new members, and we're looking for officers as well. Also, on that note, the Red Kingdom gaming community has leadership roles waiting to be filled. Be sure to keep an eye out for Captain Winnings giveaways and join us in-game and out-of-game for events. Again, thank you for watching and have a great day.
Join the Red Kingdom gaming community today.